Hello guys, welcome to Mzansi Confessions. The following confession that you are about to hear, I received it as a message on WhatsApp. Then I had to try and translate it to English so that everyone can understand the confession. So let me read the message for you. The message reads like this. Hello Mzansi Confessions. Please hide my identity. I am a lady who is aged 48 years old and I come from Eastern Cape. Sometime at the beginning of the year, it was in 2020, I had to come to Joburg to look for a job in Joburg because life was not easy back home. My boss, a good white old lady, had just passed away. My daughter, who is 22 years old, called me to come and stay with her for a while as I searched for a job in my kitchen. The goal was to find a stay-in job, then move away from her as she is married. Upon arrival in Joburg, my daughter came to pick me up at Park Station as it was my first time coming to Jozi. I was shocked with the living setup. Her house was divided in spaces and people were renting a space, not a room. That was a surprise for me, and those rooms were divided with curtains. Some they just put a fridge and a TV such that you could see when they were changing. I was so shocked because in our culture that is not a good thing. As you entered the flat, by the way, it is in Hillbrow. So as you entered in the living room, there were beds. The bedrooms also people share, and it really worried me. As for my daughter, her room as Uma Standa was a very big room, and there were two beds. Looked like she was sharing two. My daughter had her own child before she was married to this husband, and I was staying with her child in Eastern Cape. I didn't want to lie. Life in Hillbrow is not easy. People will bring their own girlfriend, boyfriend during daylight, and they do what they want because it is their space. They pay their rent there. I would sleep on the floor and my daughter and her husband on the bed. It was really worrisome for me because one night I actually heard them doing stuff that I was never supposed to hear, while a roommate will sleep with a boyfriend on one bed and that boyfriend was always drunk. Poverty is not a good thing because it can put you in very difficult circumstances. The nights was the most scariest part of my life because as soon as couple A started eating the cake, couple B would also do the same thing, and I didn't know what to do. Ngapa, their beds are dead. They'll be making squeaking sounds. Even if you are strong, no one can ever stand that. I had to move fast, get a job and live this crazy life. However, life does not go according to your plan. I looked for a job and never got anything till month end March. Then there was an emergency and my daughter had to rush to Eastern Cape to see her daughter that I had left with my sister. Unfortunately, lockdown was then announced and the country went into lockdown whilst my daughter was away. I continued sleeping on the floor and all was well. I would cook for my son-in-law, watch TV and sleep up until one day when the girlfriend of the guy who was sharing the bedroom visited. We went to bed and Lavabantu were hungry for each other. They started kissing. I could hear the mwah sounds and I ignored. They had a curtain to divide their in space from ours. Then there was a silence and I was like, yo, at least now I can sleep. As soon as it was inside, I could tell because the girl started to make some sounds and the guy tried so hard to cover her mouth. You know, in times like that, you get this feeling and your brain starts to wander and think and imagine a lot of things. My husband had passed away about 10 years ago and I had stopped thinking about these things. But ever since that I had come to Jozi, there was a beast that was rising inside of me. I felt the urge to have someone inside me. The bed started to make sounds and I don't want to lie, I also wished I could have this thing. As I was still lost in my mind, I felt someone touch me. He came and vigorously started to kiss me, and before I even opened my eyes to see who it was already inside of me. I had been longing for this and I had lost my self-control. We ate the tree with this stranger in the dark whom I knew very well that it was my son-in-law. As soon as he was done, he left and I felt guilty, but I was so happy. I smiled as I fell asleep. Then tomorrow morning, it was very difficult for me to look at him in the eye, but he acted as if nothing had happened and he went to work. He later sent me a text message and he was like, relax, it's not like it's a train smash. He then came home earlier and we did it in the middle of the day. We did it so many times until our neighbors came back home. This continued for the whole month because my daughter could not come back home. She kept on calling, asking me if I was okay, and I told her not to worry. As soon as interprovincial movements were allowed, my daughter came back to Joburg, but my son-in-law started to pretend as if he didn't know me. So many times I tried to look at him, I tried to speak with him. He even blocked me on his WhatsApp. I tried to speak with him so many times about all the sex that we had while my daughter was away. I told him that I am a human being, I have feelings, and all that time that we were having sex, it's normal for me to start having feelings for you, but he would just walk away without saying anything. Please help me. Is this even normal? Because I am now in love with my son-in-law. I later got a job in Parktown and I left them alone. Now I hate my daughter, but it's the hate of jealousy, and I hate and love my son-in-law at the same time. Is this even normal? I wish my daughter could just die so that I can get this man, because he is indeed gifted. Am I normal, or have I just lost my mind? I am trying everything to get my son-in-law to sleep with me again. I am just telling myself that if he just sleeps with me just one last time, then I'll be okay. Please help me. I'll be in the comment section. That was a confession from our dear sister. She is seeking advice. She is saying that she just slept with her son-in-law. Now she is more attracted to him and she has feelings for him. If you have anything to say, feel free to comment in the comment section. Let's meet again in the following episodes.